Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show here on this channel. We'll be talking about the Jets. We'll be talking about the upcoming game. We'll be talking about stuff that's gone on with the roster. Boy, do we have a lot to discuss. Call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, I'm coming to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets dealing with quite a bit of injuries, man. We've lost Breece Hall. We've lost Alijah Vera-Tucker for the season. Both of these guys on IR, out with big injuries. And we've also made a trade for James Robinson. Oh, man. Listen, we're going to start the situation with Breece Hall. As we all know, Breece Hall went down against the Broncos. I believe it was in the second quarter. And immediately grabbed for his knee, and we were all fearing the worst. Okay, we all were. We saw him, get moved to the sidelines. Then he got on a cart, and he was taken out of the stadium on a cart. And, initial reports immediately after the game was that they thought, hey, he tore his ACL. Sully even talked about it, that things did not look good. Well, next day, they evaluated, continued on, had tests, and it confirmed that he indeed has a torn ACL, and he also has some meniscus damage as well in that knee. Oh, this sucks, man. It sucks. And again, even in that game, he had a 60-plus yard run, a big run for us. They gave us a big score. He's been such a lightning rod for us offensively this year. Been really smooth. This is a young kid. We drafted a guy that's really put on and put things together. And our running game has been big, with him leading the way as well, along with Michael Carter. But it sucks, man. It sucks. And our worst fears have been realized here with this injury. So with him now sitting down, initially what I thought was, okay, it sucks that Breece Hall is gone. But guess what? We got Michael Carter. We got Ty Johnson. We'll be okay. We can give the ball to them. And we'll be able to do something. Especially, again, Michael Carter really showed a lot of promise for us last year. He's made a lot of plays this year as well. Of course, they're splitting time, but Breece Hall, up until this point, have really been the lead back, really getting the carries and handling business up front. But, Michael Carter, more than enough. A very gifted back that could do his thing. And I said to myself, hey, if Joe Douglas wants to go make a move and find somebody, we'll see what happens. There was a lot of names out there initially before he actually made this trade. A lot of people were screaming about Kareem Hunt. There was a lot of other talk. But Joe Douglas pulled the trigger and made a move with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he traded for James Robinson from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I like this move a lot. And I also like, how Joe Douglas was able to handle the compensation. Joe Douglas traded a 6th-round pick for James Robinson, grab him from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, keep in mind, the New York Jets have 2 6-rounders. They have 2, okay? Of course, we have one because we made a trade with Houston. We dealt them Blake Cashman, which was unbelievable that Joe Douglas got some compensation back for a guy that was often injured and barely played with us here. But he did. And so the way it's looking, as of now, if, the Jacksonville Jaguars, again, the trade has been made. They're going to get the higher of the 2 picks. We have Houston's pick and we have ours, okay? More than likely, it's looking like they're probably going to get Houston's pick, which is going to be the higher 6th-round pick. Now, keep in mind, there's also another step to this as well. The compensation of the 6th-round pick could be elevated to a 5th-round pick for James Robinson here if he rushes for 260 yards or more with the New York Jets. So there's a chance we could end up just giving up a 5th-round pick for him. So it's a good move. Again, a 6th-round pick, 1 6th-round pick for the guy, or 1 5th-round pick, depending on how much he rushes for, will be great. He's a guy that can come in, and I think that this guy is talented. Again, he had over 1,000 yards in 2020 with 7 TDs. And even in 2021, he had 767 yards there with that offense. and was doing his thing. He tore his Achilles in the 16th week of the season that year with them, though. And of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars went on to draft Travis Etienne, a phenomenal young back, and we've seen them really thrive with him, as their playmaker. So he's building it and doing his thing there. And Robinson just kind of got lost in the shuffle there. They were supposed to be splitting carries, and then just along the way, things just kind of fell apart, and Etienne really took over, and James Robinson's role kind of started to go down. And so to get him now here in the building, it's going to be phenomenal to add him to the trio of backs that we have. I think he'll definitely be able to make plays. He's a guy that can move. He's a guy that can really carry the load as well, I think, if we give him the football. So him, Michael Carter, Ty Johnson, I know they've also called up Bam Knight as well. We're going to be making some moves here, man, and I like what we've done to kind of recover from losing Breece Hall. And I think that this is a really low-risk, high-reward move. Also, keep in mind that Breece Hall, because of this injury, he could miss games up into the season next season for us. Again, that depends on rehab, but it could happen. So this is a guy that we could, keep around. I really like this move. I really like what Joe Douglas did making this move with this trade. So comment down below and let me know how you folks feel about this James Robinson move. I like it, though. I really like it. He's a guy I think can have some success here, especially with his running style. Now, we move on to Vera-Tucker, and boy, this one really hurts. Everyone knows I love Alijah Vera-Tucker. I'm a big USC guy. I was over the moon to see us, move up and draft him in the draft. And here he is. He has a triceps injury. He's now on IR as well. He's done for the season. Now, the reason why this one really, really hurts us is because our offensive line has been a mess. We all know, like, the amazing things that Vera-Tucker has done this season. Of course, in the offseason, he moved from left guard to right tackle when we got Tomlinson. Played extremely well at right guard. Him and Max Mitchell at the time when Max Mitchell was playing there at right tackle as well. He was dominating there at right guard. We had issues at left tackle. Of course, we'd lost Mekhi Becton. Of course, Fant had went down as well. We were waiting on Dwayne Brown to come back because he was dealing with that shoulder injury and was on IR. So we were looking to fill that position somehow, and we did not want Connor McDermott starting at left tackle. Well, Alijah Vera-Tucker went over there, played left tackle, played very solidly. Then lo and behold, Max Mitchell goes down. He goes over to right tackle. Dwayne Brown comes back, plays left tackle. He's at right tackle, playing well. This guy just is a Swiss Army knife. He can do pretty much everything along the offensive line. The only thing he hasn't done is play center at this point. But my God, it's clear as day he could probably do that too. And now he's on the IR, and you got to wonder what's going on with our offensive line going forward. I know a lot of people are talking about George Fant coming back, but the way that it's looking right now, according to reports, yes, George Fant can be activated off of IR and come back, but it's not looking like he's fully ready. And from a lot of reports, and we've been hearing this since he went on the IR, he's going to take quite a bit of time to heal from the injury that he has. So now there's just question marks going forward. As of right now, it's looking like Cedric Odebushi, the guy that we actually made a move for, and we're able to sign and get on our practice squad, and now he's on our active roster. It's looking like he's going to be the guy. You also got Mike Rimmers out there as well, a guy that we signed too. He could be a guy that can be in the mix for that right tackle position. But right now, it's looking like Cedric. So it's going to be crazy because, again, now you look at the New York Jets line. You got Dwayne Brown. You got Tomlinson. You got Connor McGovern. You got Nate Herbig, who's now playing right guard here. And then you got Odebushi out there. And they've got to find a way to protect. Now, again, Joe Douglas could look to make a move here as well, make a trade for a tackle. There's some names out there that a lot of people have been talking about that. Some people have been talking about Laramie Tunsil, which is an interesting move. I think you'd have to give up, probably a first-round pick for him. But again, Joe Douglas always finds ways to get top-tier talent and not give up a first. We saw him go after Tyreek Hill, and we were in the running. And we would not give up a first round for Tyreek Hill. We were not going to give up a first. It was going to be I remember a collection of like a second rounder and some other picks as well. But we weren't going to give up our first round at that point. So we'll see if he does that. But then again, if he makes a move for Laramie Tunsil, then what do you do with Dwayne Brown? Because Dwayne Brown is a left tackle. So what happens? That doesn't solve your right tackle position, but it definitely can solve your left tackle position for the future. So we'll see if he does that. Again, there's rumors swirling that he's out there in the market looking for tackles. There's also a lot of talk about Jack Conklin as well, possibly being a guy that we could target as well from the Browns. So there's a lot of names out there, but this New York Jets offensive line, we got to find a way to shore it up, man, because let me tell you something. we're still trying to fight, we're still trying to push, and we're still trying to develop Zach Wilson as well. And we've seen what happened with Zach Wilson when he is pressured to the nines. We've seen it. It ain't good. All right. So we got to protect this guy going forward so that we can figure out what he is at this point. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about us losing Breece Hall, Alijah Vera-Tucker? They're both on IR now for the season. What do you think we should do there at tackle? Who do you think we should trade for? What are your thoughts about us trading for James Robinson, giving up that 6th-round pick, which could possibly end up being a 5th-rounder if he rushes for, I think, 260 yards or more with us? I thought it was a good move. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.